Okay, for those of you who haven't seen this before, one of the most apparent differences in Silent Hill Homecoming is the change from a fixed camera to a free look system. As you can see, he's fully able to look around the room and explore its full details. In the past games, you were limited to a small number of camera positions, which meant you couldn't always see fully the room that you're in. The character movement, is an 8-way strafe system, and it's also apparent we've included a Havok physics system, and that helps ground the player in the world space. We introduced a quick inventory system because obviously with Silent Hill, the way you interact with your items is very important to the player. Here's an old favorite, the pipe. Some of these weapons that you'll see from the notes at the bottom, they actually have a dual purposes. Obviously you can use them on characters to attack, but you can also use them to take down obstacles, and we try and do this in a seamless way so that you feel like you're actually involved in the world itself. We have range-based weapons, you can see, and we don't go for first person for those. But we do have a first-person look, and again, this is one of the things we put in because in the previous games, when you were interacting with items, because it's a third-person game, you don't get to see what you're looking at properly. So we've got this, it's on a button press, and you can do it at any time during the game. We have head tracking in the game as well, so that's another way of letting the player know where the items are, where the objects are. When your head tracks to a location, you press the button in, and you'll be actually looking at the item of interest, so it's no more of a case of trying to work out where it is. Now, we're going into the atrium part of the hotel here. This is the last place we're about to explore, and this is likely to be where the mayor is. And obviously, we don't know what we're going to expect, so he's chosen a weapon that's appropriate for whatever may be in there. Now, here's an important difference as well from the previous games. What we're showing here is a transition from a normal world to a hell state, and this is done live in gameplay. We also include a grain filter. We do that for a number of reasons. The first one is obviously it gives a difference between the normal world and the hell state world, but also it gives us like a thematic connection between the previous games and the current game. So okay, we've arrived in the atrium now. Okay, we're introducing a different feature here that we believe adds an element of realism to the game and also gives a greater connection from the player's perspective.
I need to talk to you.
Yeah?
And also giving the player a bit more choice.
Make an appointment in my office.
So we've got a dialogue tree system in. Now if you notice in the background the characters are still moving,
You're the mayor.
but it gives the player the element of choice in terms of how they feel, the questions they want to ask, whether they want to uncover a little bit more about the characters, do they want to uncover a bit more about the world that they're in. The choice is there. Some of these dialogue trees you'll uncover in the game actually have a direct effect on the outcome. So obviously replayability is a staple for the Silent Hill series, and we've made sure we've given the player the option to do that. We want them to play through this a number of times because there are rewards for doing so.
I bought him anything he wanted, no matter how much it cost. You don't know anything about my son.
We've also tried to make sure that the transition, the segues between the dialogue trees and the cinematics that follow is as seamless as possible.
What the hell is this?
Belongs to your son, doesn't it? Where is he?
Joey?
Yes, Joey. He and my brother were friends. I need to find him.